we will start with a call of the members present. Myself, Peter Buckley.
Bob Desmond?
Roberta Hardback.
And that's it, what we have tonight. We have quorum, so we can go forward with our meeting.
Could we have a motion to open?
Motion to open the meeting.
So made.
Second.
Aye.
Aye.
Yep.
Aye.
We go now to the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
of
And
America,
to the
and to
republic
the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next item is the sale, finally the sale, the update of the sale of 2-4 Perry Street. We've got everything that was in the packet. This is just, okay.
I just thought you'd want to let people know
Yeah.
that we did sell it.
Yeah, we did sell it, and what was the final that we walked away with?
Can you hear me? My camera's not really working good.
Yeah.
We walked away, I did the math, but what we paid for it, including all fees, was $321,887. The purchase price was $320. The sale price was $375, but after fees, it was $361,807 and change, bringing the profit to about $39,920. But yet we had a checking account that we put $24,898 in to start. We're left with, I didn't write the amount down. The negative in the checking account was $5,457 approximate, because we do have a final electric bill that will come in and maybe a partial insurance payment, bringing the total profit to approximately $34,463.
Wow. Good.
I just had a quick question. What was the excess deposit?
Well, we started with about $24,898.10. And we have, I didn't write down the amount, maybe, it's a negative, 19,000 say. So we spent like $5,457. And I will say, I'm gonna pat everybody on the back in this room. Peter and Bob moved all the material, most of it, I know Donna moved some stuff too, the heavy stuff, to that location. Stuff that the prior, I was on it too at the time, the redevelopment felt they needed all these tables and chairs. My husband and I painted the whole place. Donna moved boxes. Donna got rid of so much stuff, free to anybody in town who wanted it. Shredded, I think, 18 cartons worth of old SRA material that we didn't need anymore. Stuff that came in from prior members, stuff that was left at the Hanson School. So we have whittled down, cleaned out. We have one file cabinet and us. I think that's about it.
Yep, and we're not paying rent, which is very important. But on the settlement sheet, Roberta, there's it looks like they originally put a $15,000 deposit down, and then on the left-hand side there's an excess deposit. I'm just trying to figure out what that was.
All right, so what an excess deposit is they give Walter, the realtor, money to put down.
Okay.
And whatever fees or whatever they needed to, so there was a separate check from Walter for like $5,000 and change, which he was holding on to, which is considered excess deposit. So the money on the bottom, you have to add Walter's check to that, which is in there, so it's in there somewhere.
Beautiful. Okay, Yep, I just saw that the due to seller was the $356,702.07, but the check was for, I think $360.
361 was the total because of Walter's excess deposit.
Beautiful. Okay, that explains it. And again, I would say everyone should get a pat on the back for that. We really took all those expenses and,
It's the truth.
you know, we really did a great job with that and saved a lot of money, going forward as well.
Absolutely.
Apologies for being late, I was stuck on the train. Thank you.
All right, anybody else have that? We were at number 3, Rachel.
Thank you.
Just going over the update of the sale
Oh,
of Ferry
that's
Street.
fine.
And we actually passed on the last day of the year.
There you go.
It was kind of really crazy.
So that whole, the whole back and everything, that was settled out prior to that, right? So that never.
That was settled prior to it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we never had to go with it.
Okay. Good with it. Anybody else have anything else on that one? Excellent. Good job by all on that one. Now we're free and clear. Next one, SRA policies.
I don't think there's been anything added to this since the last meeting, right?
No, I haven't added anything to it or anything, sorry.
I'm sorry, I'm just looking through because I wasn't there. Okay. It's tabled. We have the SRA policies that Donna uploaded, so I wanted to check through those first before we added new policies, because that wouldn't make sense otherwise. But because of my surgery, I wasn't able to accomplish as much last month,
Okay, no, I agree with you.
so.
So we'll
Don't
just,
recreate the wheel, basically, is what it's
Yeah,
going to.
that's what I thought.
so we wanna table it until we do a little bit more research?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, we'll do that, so table. All right, next one. We are at comments. Do we have anybody with the public with us, from the public with us tonight?
Nope.
Any other public comments? No. Roberta, I'm still referring to you as the chair in this meeting, so chair comments.
I have none.
Any member comments?
I was just a little bit confused. You're running the meeting, or Roberta's running?
I'm running it because she's remote.
Okay,
Yeah.
but I thought her term expired in December 2025, or?
She can go until such time it's filled. Yeah.
Oh, thanks for clarifying, thank you.
Is that good for your comments?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
I got nothing else.
Okay.
Donna, do you have anything?
The only thing I have is that, next month, because it came after the meeting packet, we will have a bill for the closeout of the Verizon and the electric bill. The, Verizon bill's gonna be a little hefty, because they did charge us a termination fee since we ended the contract early,
Yeah, I saw that.
so.
But the equipment,
Has been brought back.
right, and then I was going through the bills, but, so they'll charge us because we didn't do the 2-year contract, but the equipment, there won't be any charge because we returned it, correct?
Right.
Okay, just make sure.
But the bills came in after the meeting packet went out. So that's, I'm done with my comments. Thank you.
Having no more on that, we can go, actually, this will come up again down here, we'll go to the consent agenda. Start with the meeting minutes from the previous meeting. Does anybody have any questions on those?
The minutes are from the December 10th meeting, and the minutes are from the second meeting that was held on, I believe, December 22nd. Because the first set of minutes were approved from the December 22nd meeting, but the second set of minutes had not been.
Anybody have any questions on the minutes? From the December 10th meeting.
motion, please?
I propose that we accept, the minutes of the wait, I wasn't there, never mind, I can't. I thought that this is the December 20,
Bob, you wanna make the motion?
What's the date, December 10th?
Yes.
A motion to approve minutes for December 10th.
Second.
Okay. I think we need a roll call, because we have a member online.
Yes,
I also, yes. Peter Buckley.
Bob? Yes.
I abstain.
Natasha?
Yes, she said.
Okay. Okay, so now the, second set of minutes from December 22nd.
I make a motion to, oh, never mind.
Donna, I think that you have Robert instead of Roberta on one of the things. Not that it's any big deal.
Okay, for the December 10th?
No, the 20th, the quick meeting we had, that we had to take the vote. Remember how we had to do something verbatim, some motion about the holdback?
For the closing.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
we did approve him that day, and I guess we were all kind of hasty. I don't take offense about it my whole life, so.
Okay, do you know if it was on page 1 or page 2?
I don't have it in front of me because I have this computer in front of me. I'm not sure. I think it was in the actual motion that we submitted to the attorney.
Okay, that was the first set of minutes that had been approved at the second meeting on December 22nd.
Okay. Oh, it's December 22nd. Okay. Sorry, I got the wrong date then. I apologize, everyone.
It's fine.
If it's the December 10th one you're referring to,
No. No, definitely wasn't December 10th. That was our regular meeting.
okay. Because the December 22nd minutes, the first set you guys approved at the second meeting.
Right. And I didn't realize it till it's only my name, Donna. I'm not, like I said.
Okay, I'll look it up. Okay. I think they've been posted already though, because they were approved.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. So do I have a motion for the second set of minutes on December 22nd?
I motion to approve.
Second.
I do too.
I myself as well, Peter Buckley.
I, Rachel Lazarus.
I wasn't here, I'm abstaining.
Thank you. Okay, all set, thank you.
All right, those are done, that's the minutes. Paid and unpaid bills, and we'll move on. Anybody have any question on any of that?
We did receive $489 in back rent payments from the landfill at 100 Page Street. And we are current on the rent as of January 1st. So that's been squared away.
Okay, so this will be our, we still have one more electric bill?
Yes.
Okay. And it's a lot easier to read this stuff on
And I believe it was around $205.
Really?
Yeah. It was high.
'Cause this one's $90.62.
The electric or the Verizon?
The National Grid was $90.62.
Yeah, the next bill was like $205.
Okay. This double-sided stuff kills me.
It's good for the environment.
Yeah, it's gonna be like $205, the final bill.
Okay.
And then Verizon will be like $283.
That's insane how much they're charging. That's $300 when normally, like,
Okay.
ridiculous.
So are we okay on the bills?
Yeah, I just wanted to say on, let me see if I can find it on the computer a little bit quicker. On yours, thank you for all the work you did. That was awesome to make that happen, the deadlines, dropping everything off, coordinating everything. You really did a great job, so I just want to make sure that everyone realizes that.
Thank you.
You know,
For sure.
Thank you, Roberta, for
Oh,
all the legwork you did.
the casting was a pain in the butt, it really was. Never in my life have I ever dealt with the casting. Whatever, done.
All right, so we can move on to that, number 7, financial review.
Um, So that was the one, I thought that it had been discussed in the December 10th meeting. I'm sorry.
I'll do single-sided, but I had,
No, it's no problem.
No.
I just, I can use my computer, it's just, I was using.
no, I'll do single-sided next time.
I just
was trying to
confused
save
about
paper,
the
but-
No,
Just because we were kind of
sorry,
low.
I'm trying, yeah. I did not get the username or password from you, I don't believe. So if you could send me that, that would be great. And, but I'm really happy you dropped off the signed letter because that has been such a weird pain.
I've been to that bank more times than my own bank.
Yeah, I know.
Can I make a comment?
Yes.
Once the final bills have been paid on Perry, we will have that, $4,000 in there. We should close up that account, because it's a checking account, and we need to decide what we want to do with that $34,000. Make sense?
Yes.
Should we contact like Bartholomew and ask them what their advice is?
That could be an option, sure.
Yeah, I don't want to make a decision that I don't, like, make a recommendation now if I don't know. Oh, Roberta?
No, I'm sorry, that was an accident.
But yeah, I definitely would like to, from my perspective, see what they have to say, what their investments.
So I can, it's 34,000 or 340,000? What amount would it be?
About 34, I'm sorry, the profit was 34,000, I'm sorry,
okay.
Rachel. It's about,
That's not bad.
what did we say,
361?
390?
390, okay, so I will email
No,
Bartholomew.
well, whatever, yeah, it's around 361,
Right.
something like
360,
that.
okay.
I'm looking at all these different numbers, yeah.
Thank you. So I'll just email the people at Bartholomew and see if they can do a meeting, or if they can present at the next meeting, I guess?
Do you guys want it for the next meeting?
Sure.
Okay.
And they can obviously
I
do
got
that
the,
remote.
I got the camera working.
Yay! Nice to see you.
Okay. So do we want to go to the next topic, the urban renewal plan, the research of the invoice?
Again, because of the surgery, I didn't have time to do that. I'm very sorry. But we can table that for February.
So we'll table that to the next meeting.
All right, let's go to number 9.
So there were actually I know I sent out something and my printer is also messed up, so I have a lot of things. So I did a little like bare bones thing just for it. But I noticed actually while I was doing this, I thought that the community outreach grants were for businesses, like a small business thing, loans, not loans, but like gifts. But I guess it has to be nonprofits, which I did not understand when I brought this up, which kind of changes the groups that we're giving to. And the things on, and I just wanted us to look at the campaign, or the community outreach grant directives right now, make sure we all still agree with them because it's from 2016 and things have changed in the last 10 years. Like, specifically that was for just doing the the triangle, I think, and there are some other things. Let me pull up the website.
Do you wanna table this to the next meeting?
I did just want to like bring it up to discuss. That's that annoying thing. Sometimes the wireless doesn't work well. 1 second. Because it actually was important enough that I did want to bring it up to people. If I didn't think it was that urgent, I would not be worried about it. But it just is like you had to be in line with the mission and vision statement. And it had to be for nonprofits that were in a specific area. So I just wanted to know if that was all stuff that we agreed with, if we wanted to look at it. There was something about how you couldn't apply for it 3 years in a row, but I don't know if anything has been applied for 3 years in a row. So 1 second, I'm on the right Wi-Fi now.
Bless you.
Gesundheit.
Thank you.
I'm so sorry that this is not working. Could we move on and once the next, and
We'll
skip this
table
and
it
go
to the-
back?
Further down, that's fine.
Okay.
We'll go to now to the mission statement.
I think they need some more work.
So we're gonna table that as well? Probably. We have to. Everybody good with that? We'll table that to the next one?
All right, I got the policy coming up, so we can go back to that. So the SRA, So the SRA will annually establish a budget and determine if and where the SRA target area we want to make financial contributions to further our mission and goals. The 2017 budget is $1,500 with a maximum of $500 allowed per organization. I don't know off the top of my head how much inflation has increased, but we could conceivably do up to like 3,000 or something with 1,000 each for the nonprofits. And it's only for nonprofits. We can't do it for anything that does fundraising, 501c4s, I think. We can't do religious organizations for sectarian purposes. We can't do local, regional, or school-based sports team, elementary or secondary schools conducting fundraising, we can't do that. And individuals, political campaigns, and political campaigns or candidates that are not nonprofit organizations collecting from fundraising, we can't do that. And we also can't do fundraising for capital campaigns. And if an organization has received 3 consecutive years of funding from the SRA, it will not be eligible for funding for the next 2 years. And then the timeline is in 2017 and subsequent years, we announced the program the first week of February with March 7th set as a cutoff date for the first round of responses. That could be like March 11th this year. And then the SRA will make a final review of the request in early April as a body and vote on at the meeting in April, and then award everything out. It says the SRA target area will be decided annually. Currently, the SRA target area is the downtown. along Washington Street from Railroad Ave to Monk, Park Street from Walnut to Square, Pleasant from Capon to Square, Freeman from Fire Station to Square, Wyman from Tracks to Square. And so the criteria for it is project and activity of the group is focused in the target area. Again, we can redo the target area. It will directly advance the SRA mission, promote our goals, create positive viability, and demonstrate social responsibility. If we're working on our mission, we should probably have that finished first. And it is targeted first to projects or actions that directly improve the physical appearance or social activity in the SRA target area, and secondarily to groups that promote such activity. The former would be beautification committee and the farmers market. Examples of the latter would be organizations that seek out such primary actions from others, like
Friends of Stoughton.
Friends of Stoughton. Financial aid will start a new activity, and there's a plan that shows promise that it will have other outside funding. So that's the last of it. And then the application process, it has to be made to the SRA in writing, explaining the nature and value of the request. The Redevelopment Authority will communicate directly with the applicants, recording all requests and coordinating documentation. The SRA Administrative Assistant will accept applications. The applicant may request to be present at the meeting when the application is being reviewed by the SRA to present other information and answer questions. All requests will be documented in the minutes of the SRA meeting. Approval of financial support will require a minimum of 3 members to vote in favor of the request. And if there's a conflict of interest, when that application is being, like if it's the application is made by a member of the SRA or SRA member affiliated with the organization, then said member shall recuse themselves and leave and depart the meeting during deliberation and vote by the other members. So I think a lot of that is like standard and good, and we should keep it up. But I wanted to discuss mission and vision and the target area, since I think we were broadening our target area from just the downtown area. That was a lot, I'm sorry.
What was that again?
Which part?
I don't see how we could get this done by March though.
Yeah, that's my worry basically, that where it's too much for us to do it by March, so maybe extend it to like May, like for opening it, and then looking at proposals through July. I don't know if that's too late. I think it's just, there's gonna be a lot of type of prep work that has to be done. But I'm really excited about doing that in the near future, because that's what we're here to do.
Do we have any applications?
We don't have any applications. This is something that's on our website, but it hasn't, I don't know when the last time anyone even requested money was from. I mean, this is something that's been 10 years going, but I saw something from,
We've definitely given money within the
Yeah.
last 2
Yeah,
years.
that's great, I'm
Yeah.
glad. I didn't know of it.
last year.
Okay,
I think it was 2.
that's awesome.
And then
So it's not, so then we do have to worry about something being awarded 3 years in a row, so.
Yeah. And I think,
Okay,
and
that's
Roberta,
great.
correct me if I'm wrong, I think what we did also was we took money out of that fund and paid for the lights around the train station, if I remember
Oh, yeah.
correctly.
Oh, that's
Well,
right.
we've done the train station, we gave donation to the lights in the center, then I
Yeah.
believe we gave to the real lights in the center.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And last year was something different, we did, Frederick Flips, which is something that's not seen,
Yeah.
and maybe it was out of the ordinary, but I think it's pretty extraordinary that a
Yeah.
Stoughton is in the Olympics, and
Literally
Yeah.
a once in a lifetime
I
opportunity.
believe the money went to maybe some causes that, whatever Frederick does.
Yeah.
But that was, I mean, I'd love to do a splash pad at the waterworks.
Yeah. Didn't
You
we
know?
donate money when they were starting the flags as well?
The veterans band.
Yes,
The
we did the
veterans,
veterans,
we also
yes.
did that.
Are these people who are like asking for money, or is it us deciding to give them the money?
Some asked,
Okay.
yeah, no, the veterans asked.
Yeah, veterans definitely
Our
asked.
John Stagnoni came in for the rental lights.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Lights that we did around the train station was Mark and I.
Yeah.
Frederick's
I remember
folks
that
was
for the
kind of
minutes,
my
yeah.
thought. So, I mean, we just kind of come up with things.
Okay.
To be honest, Rachel, I never knew we had that whole shebang that you just read, because I don't think since I've been on we've ever followed it. So, but I mean, we've always given to something good, it's
Yeah.
just, I never knew there was a deadline, and we
Yeah,
just
I-
kind of every year kind of came up with something.
I mean, like, if we're, we don't have to do it that way, is the other thing. We could just say,
Right.
like, we'll accept it on a rolling basis, like, if you have, like, we'll do up to $500 to an organization or $1,000 up to an organization, if we have the money for it. I'm not married to any specific amount of money. We don't have to do the application process like that, we can do rolling. So like anytime someone has a good idea, they can come to us and be like, this is going to further the mission of the SRA, and this would be really helpful. I think that would be great if we could like formalize that. If you guys want, I could like do a draft since I've recovered from the surgery at last in a much shorter amount of time, of what I kind of think we're getting from this, that we want it to be rolling, that we want it to be for good causes, that there will be an application and it will be discussed at the next meeting following receipt of it, or the next, it has to be submitted 1 week before, so Donna has time to put it in the minutes, and then, that kind of thing. So I can do that for next meeting, along with my other promised things.
I had no clue that was all up there.
I genuinely didn't realize how long the document was until I started reading it.
Yeah, and like you said, I don't really, a deadline, there's different things that come out during the course of the year and kind of pigeonholed it, but May 1st, you have to have everything in, so, yeah, it's certainly something to look at, and if there's some improvements, then, yes, make some
And
recommendations.
then no one could request for more than $1,000 per year, and if
Yep.
they've asked for 3 years in a row, then they have to take a break of 2 years or something. That's fine. So no one's dependent on us, but then we can use some of that profit we got for good causes. And the other question is, do we have a limit do you guys want to have a limit for each year, or do you want it to be rolling basis and not worry about how much we're giving out? Or do you want to say $5,000 per calendar year or whatever?
I think it was in the previous budgets,
I don't think it was ever that much.
It was never that much.
I think it was between 2,000 and 2,500, if I remember correctly.
At the 2016 thing I just read off, I know that it was a lot of information. It was capped at 1,500. That feels a little small for me now, but I'm not. But we could go to 2,500 per year or fiscal year. That sounds fine to me.
I wouldn't oppose it, so.
So a work in progress, you're gonna come back with,
I'm gonna come back with that document rewritten
okay.
to be shorter, and I will do that in time for it to be included in the minutes, and just sum up what we talked about here and put it in.
Okay,
So thank you guys. This is gonna be great.
sure. All right, now we're down to number 11, 100 Page Street, site modification request. I don't know what people wanna, what do we wanna discuss?
Did you wanna start that off, Roberta, that discussion?
Sure, if everybody is aware, Wind Waste has refiled with the Board of Health to do a, in quote, minor modification to do municipal household waste on 100 Page Street in Stoughton, which we are the landlords. I don't know when the Board of Health meeting will be. I'm assuming it's gonna be at the end of the month. They will have to advertise the public hearing. If it's in the Suburban Shopper this week and the following week, they tend to meet at the end of the month, the Board of Health. Wind Waste has already filed the application with the DEP. So, figuring they think it's a done deal. And as far as I can see through the lease, I don't know if we have any recourse. On a personal level, I don't like it. I don't like it dumped in the town. It has no benefit to the taxpayers in Stoughton. No benefit to the redevelopment of the property that it's on. As far as I'm hearing, CMAS is thinking of doing a fourth incinerator. They're not going anywhere. And that's my thoughts on, I don't understand the need for it and what it brings to the town of Stoughton. As far as we know, the lease with Wind Waste ends in, I think, July of 2028. And they have shown us nothing. We've asked through the lawyers to Conroy, to Wind Waste, town. We have everything they have. So unless there's been something new since 2002 or 2006, whenever that was done, they're up at 2 years. But until then,
Now, as anybody who's read the lease and followed, because it's in depth, in 2028, it's not an automatic renewal, correct? I mean, that ends. We can vote to not
Correct.
renew the lease. We could bring in another company, correct?
as far
Or
as I
someone
know.
who sells, all right.
But that's the whole thing about it being leased through Conroy, and not directly through us. So it's complicated, I think. I would wanna talk to the town lawyer about.
Well, explain what you mean, because that's the first I heard of that.
Oh, so Wind Waste technically subleases through Conroy, and
Correct.
Conroy leases through us. And they were given a thing that they think they have the land until like 2040 something.
58.
2058, thank you. Instead of, and we can't find, or we were looking for, and I was looking for this last summer, some of the documentation that said like, are they allowed to extend the lease this long? I believe I gave it to Roberta. And they think they have the land for 20 more years than we think they do, or 30 more years.
They think they do.
But they haven't produced anything.
Yeah, but our lease signed over the rights to the land to Conroy for a while.
There was nothing.
Okay, can I cut in here?
Go for it.
Okay. So let's just use flat numbers here. Say there's 25 acres up there. Okay? Say Conroy's leasing 25 acres. 20 of those acres is where the solar array is.
Mm-hmm.
4 acres is wind waste. 1 acre is where you can bring your appliances and everything else. So that 5-acre parcel, give or take, is on a separate lease from, I think, 2002, which went for 26 years. And it was made between, there's 3 people in it, Conroy, the Redevelopment, Town of Stoughton. So the wind waste and the 1 acre that the town uses, that wind waste takes care, I guess, all those appliances and whatever, ends in 2028. The solar array is the other 20 acres, that's the 2058. They separated it back, and so nobody's shown us anything else. Like I said, we have legally asked for this 2 years ago. And nobody has, I'm not saying there has been nothing since 2002, but nobody can show it to us. So Wind Waste is using that 2058, but they're not on those 20 acres. They're on the other 5 acres.
Mm-hmm. Does Conroy think they own that 5 acres?
I want to step back. You said, what did you mean when you said right before Roberta chimed in, signed over the rights?
That was like a letter signed over to Conroy in, I think, originally 1996, giving them some
I
rights.
never saw that.
Yeah, it was deep in our files.
Because by
Is it a
deed,
sublease or?
It seems like that, but I'm not a lawyer, so I'm not sure. That's why I'd like to actually get like a lawyer who knows real estate to talk about it. I know that lawyers
Because
are.
once you have a lease between a landlord and a tenant,
Mhm.
the tenant can sublease, but
Mhm.
the sublease does
And-
not supersede the
Yeah.
original
The
lease.
other thing is that there's something weird with Conroy operated the Stoughton Recycling Technologies, which was purchased by Wind Waste. So I am not a lawyer on this. I don't know. All I can do is like bring up that there were some weird anomalies. But I don't know if they resolve in our favor or not.
So does this development or expansion that Wind Waste is doing is this,
So what Wind Waste is saying with their minor, which their thing is to modify the type and not necessarily the maximum daily amount would stay 800 tons, but it would be
Municipal waste.
municipal, it would be, yeah, instead of the other kind of waste. So,
Just a
150 tons per day of C&D, the construction demolition with municipal solid waste. And one of the issues that's coming up, I know Roberta says that there's going to be more incinerators. It's actually very hard to get incinerators passed in Massachusetts, and very hard for us to get more landfills, which is why I'm a little confused as to why they're trying here. Most of our waste in the state is actually shipped out of state via train right now. And one thing that I've talked about with people from the Climate Action Committee, which again, different committee now, no longer a committee, was that the price of trash is about to go up drastically if we're producing waste at the same rate that we are, because all of the local landfills and all of the local incinerators are not going to be there anymore. And this has happened on Cape Cod. Like the incinerator for them broke, so they had just trash lying around for several months until it could be fixed. Our trucks couldn't unload sometimes at CMAS because there was too much traffic, because they had to divert because of the other one had broken. So it is an issue statewide that towns are dealing with. I'm not saying that that is in favor of wind waste or not. I'm saying that that's one of the larger issues. Why they're looking into that is probably because they want to cash in on the future lack of landfill. So that's why they think they have this land until 2058. And that is something that I'm not saying they're right or they're wrong. I'm not saying anything that they can or can't do it. I'm just saying that's probably what they're thinking about, because that's the only way it makes sense to me.
if they're planning on putting this type of investment, I'm gonna think that they think they have this lease
Absolutely.
till
Right,
58 or
right.
whatever. So
Yeah.
now my next question is, have we now, because if no one could give support as to this new end date, have we at least said, well, we need to renegotiate? If you're gonna plan on staying here, it looks like you're looking to extend your lease. Here's new rent
Yep.
effective, our end date, which is 2028, and then from 2028 to 2058, here's your new
There's the
rent.
new rate.
I
Yeah.
would want to make sure that we run that by a lawyer.
Well,
For
so,
sure,
so
yeah.
This
the
is
thing
just
is,
being discussed.
who-
We can do this
so,
right now. There's no
I don't
votes
know,
being taken.
lawyers typically don't write lease, so it would be
Yeah.
whoever we hire to then
Yeah.
write
Okay.
an actual like lease agreement.
Like my area of specialty is just doing the research. I can't
Yeah.
tell people what to do with that research, just that this is what exists. So I am out of my league here.
Yeah.
Like I defer to people with more expertise here.
Yeah, just a couple of things, from my 2 cents. I don't consider it a minor modification. You know what I mean? That's beyond the scope. We have a, contract for tonnage, and there's nothing in that contract that says municipal waste. I'd say to them, we want 100 pounds a ton for municipal waste. Where do you get the okay to come in and decide what type of trash you're gonna use in our facility, in our location, and we're just arbitrarily gonna take whatever you say. So like you say, from a lease perspective, it's not a minor modification. It's something where they're actually changing the type of trash that's gonna go there. And I think this is well beyond the scope of this committee, select board, and the town manager. This is from my perspective, this is a decision whether or not the taxpayers of
Yeah.
Stoughton want this in their town. This is well beyond the scope of leases or anything else like that. As far as CMAS is concerned, from what I understand, Avon just signed a 3-year contract, so that they're not going anywhere. From what I understand, they're trying to expand. As far as time wasting there, that's there's a line there. Yeah, I'll give you that, but it's well beyond the scope of someone coming in and telling us, this is what we're gonna do, we're gonna call it a minor modification, we're gonna change the classification of waste that we're gonna put in your town. You got the town of Avon that's right next door. I go up to BJ's and I smell that during the course of the summer. You have a huge facility that you just put in across the street. So I think it's, a little bit bigger, from my perspective. I just don't like it to be kind of rubber stamped and this is what we're gonna do. And so I would think that we as a board would wanna make a recommendation to the Board of Health and say whether we're in favor of this. And submit it, and again, I'm just one member speaking here, and let them know, I personally am not in favor of this, and I'd like them to know that. And so, I don't know how anyone else feels, but I'd be certainly willing to, take a vote on it and send a letter to them and let them know how we feel about this.
I think this is actually an area where I have a conflict of interest because I did work for the town manager on a white paper on what to do with waste, and I don't think this directly affects it, but I think, like, as a conflict of interest, better to recuse. Should I leave the room if you're gonna discuss this further, or is that only for, like, votes? I'll abstain from the vote.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I don't think you have to, no, I mean, I don't think you have to leave the room. no.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know how anyone else feels about that, but.
No, I'm not in favor, and I made it very clear in previous meetings why I'm not, and it is numerous reasons, including what you have just restated too. Yeah, I mean, if that's what the board, I'll follow right with that, I'll get behind that, if they wanna send a letter.
Roberta wants to say something.
And if I'm here, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, and also I want to add, I mean, we have a lot of, not a lot, but we have DEP violations, not major, but violations that we receive from Wind Waste. If anybody here is on Facebook, you see a lot of people complaining about the 1 acre, I'm gonna call it that 1 acre parcel, and how that's been not kept up. They don't seem to be able to keep both of their other houses in order, and now they're going to do this. And the part that bothers me the most is, Bob Desmond and I have conferred with Chris from Wind Waste, and, saying some things to him about the contract, and flat out at a meeting, I think I was there with Buckley, and nobody has shown us anything that goes beyond. I mean, maybe it's their ignorance that Conroy's telling them, no, you go to 2058, and, they don't have a copy of it. I'm not really sure. But, I mean, they've had some issues up there that I think that people in Stoughton do know about. Go ahead, Rachel.
Oh, sorry. I actually, the solar PCO inspection frequency reduction request that Donna sent us on December 3rd, they're asking for the solar part of it.
Right.
Not to do it. Would that be affected at all? Because I kind of want there to be environmental monitoring, especially because you pointed out the violations.
The violations are more for Wind Waste, Rachel.
Okay.
They're not, the solar array I question too. Obviously, they don't wanna be somebody up there every 3 months, and we can take a vote and write them a letter too if we want them to be there more frequently. I don't have a problem with that. But it seems like twice a year didn't seem horrible.
They said quarterly to annually. Okay, thank
Yeah.
you. This is the
I mean,
meeting
it's
I
up to
missed.
everybody else. I mean,
Yeah, I didn't
it
want
didn't seem like it was an overreach.
I didn't, I wouldn't do annually, that's a little too much for my take. I mean, if something happens up there, or something to that effect, I think it should be checked a little bit more regular than that. I don't think that's too much to ask,
Quarterly sounds fine,
that's fine too.
I mean, at least you get 4, unless you want more, I mean, if that's what you were heading on, that.
No.
But it's, no, but going on your violations, Roberta, I do chime in on that one, is, look at the multiple violations that we've been notified of Wind Waste up there now, with just the construction debris and how that's been displayed all over the property as well. Is this gonna be the same violations coming with municipal waste? I mean, we're gonna have the same problems. That's what it comes down to.
Well, if anybody read the letter, you would have saw that, I'm gonna use this example. Say I take 2 quarter-filled gallons of oil-based paint, throw it in a black bag and throw it in my trash. okay? Right now, it's going up to CMAS and getting burnt, okay? When Waste says they're gonna go through everything. They can reject a whole truck, they can reject whatever. So now, what do the people do with that stuff? I mean, it seems like a lot of loose ends. I don't know how you can go through every single bag of trash in the town. I don't know how that's cost effective. I don't mean to understand what they do. But I'm learning.
Yeah.
So on this, and if you wanna take a vote on this letter, cause I know Rachel isn't gonna vote on it, should we do the highlighted points that we want? Was Donna gonna write this letter up, or who writes well?
They, yeah, we could put points together. Basically, what is it, I mean, you could put the points together, what we wanted in there, we can highlight it. I mean, I can take a shot at drafting it too.
Alright, cause if they're gonna be meeting, guys, though, at the end of the month, this letter has to go out.
Yeah.
And we have to pre-approve and hope, and approve that whoever writes it is good to go, leaving it in that person's hand.
Mhm.
Could we have like an emergency meeting? I don't really want to have one, but there could be an emergency meeting to approve it if it's that urgent.
I would think it would be, because I have a feeling that the Board of Health's gonna vote yes on this, because they've already put in their application. Why would you put in an application if you don't think why would you waste your time filling out an application if you couldn't get the job, or you weren't qualified? It just makes no sense.
Yeah.
So I think they're getting the green light.
Yeah, I think in their letter too, I think the Board of Health should include through the approval process, much more tighter language in the sense that we will monitor the facility of odors and presence of vectors if needed, you know? No, you're gonna check this, you know?
No, read it, Howard.
You know.
It's not if needed, that's another, read it.
Right, furthermore,
If needed, additional color control will be utilized. So
right,
they're not saying if needed on the first part of that, they're saying, and also on top of that.
right, but what I'm saying is that's at their discretion, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, you know, you'd put stronger language in there.
Like how often it's gonna be monitored.
Correct, thank you. It wouldn't be, you know, when you decide, or you all of a sudden, you know, you see a bunch of rodents or whatever the case is, or the smell gets so bad, they're talking about additional treatment.
To be
Yeah.
proactive rather than reactive.
Absolutely, you know, because the things that we've run into as far as, you know, getting calls in reference to that place has been closed, the dumpsters are full, I can't drive my car in there, you know, whatever the case is, and we only get changes out there when, you know, residents complain and we bring it to their attention and they address it. I'd rather be much more proactive, especially if this is gonna go through, so. That's where I think as far as the writing of the letter, there would be other things that you'd want to include in that. Just, you know, I don't want residents, you know, that don't know about this, going up to BJ's and what's that stink and why didn't you do everything you could to, you know, prevent this or to mitigate it as best you can. So I think that's what we should do as a board.
Roberta?
Do you guys recall if that property was ever said that they would never have another dump up there? Come on, we all grew up here, guys.
Another dump,
I didn't.
where the old dump?
On Page Street.
Where the old dump was?
Yes. Was it said, did anybody ever vote in the town? Because the dump was there, remember? It was on West Street also.
Both of those locations have been capped.
If they've been capped, then
No, you
No, I
can't,
understand that.
you can't put
I
another
under-
dump on that, no.
No, but what I'm saying is, the town said, well, basically, they're kind of doing that now. They want to take in household waste. I'm not saying that they're gonna do another. Didn't we say we didn't want another dump in this town?
It did, you're talking about a landfill style dump. This is different because they're dumping it into containers.
yeah, and then shipping it out of state or to the incinerator themselves.
You can't, the landfills are gone, that's what the old dumps were landfills.
Okay. All right, so I'm just gonna say, I think in the letter we should say, let Win knows to know about the refractions from the DEP, for the C&D facility, and complaints on Facebook, because that's basically where you see them, regarding the Stoughton recycling technologies, all the things that we've mentioned. Their lease ends in 2028. Have seen no proof that it extends further. And, you know, I don't know if we want to mention anything about CMAS, and a new incinerator or anything like that,
No.
or,
No.
no, okay. And, you know, I just think it's lousy that we've never been considered. We've never been asked. They don't seem to get, we're irrelevant, but that doesn't have to go in the letter. Anybody else want to add some highlights to the letter? Or do those few points cover it?
Well, once the drafting begins, I think it will flow.
Okay. So did somebody want to take a vote? Make a motion?
I mean, what are you thinking? Their meeting's gonna be what, the 28th, 29th,
I have a feeling it's gonna be around then.
which would be the last Thursday?
Well, put it this way, when you get your suburban shopper this week, look to see if the public hearing's announced. You have to announce the public hearing 2 weeks prior. And they got the notice, they let us know on January 2nd. And that letter was sent right from the Board of Health to whomever, because I saw they sent it to the Board of Health. First week of the month. I mean, maybe they'll stretch it till February, but I don't know. You guys are
All right.
back there and you get a suburban shopper, so I don't know if you're gonna get it Thursday or Friday, but please look at it and see.
Definitely will on that. So do you want
And
to,
if we don't have to have an emergency meeting, if it waits till, but, you know, they could have it the 1st of February. We gotta be prepared.
right, so you want to vote to write the letter, or write the letter, then vote if that's the letter you want to send?
Well, I guess it's not a bad idea to have an emergency meeting, if everybody wants to see it. I don't have a problem with the information we've put out, but if you guys wanna look at it first, that's fine. I guess we should just vote to write the letter.
You can vote write the letter and then send upon, I don't know, can we send it to each member just for their review
Individually?
Individually, yeah.
But then no one can comment on it, because then you're,
You can comment back
Unless
to
you
the
send all
chair.
your comments to the chair.
To the chair.
okay.
That way we vote on it now, once it's done, we send it. That way we don't have to have another meeting.
Okay. Bob, did you make that motion?
Sure, but, so we're gonna write the letter, and then you're gonna send it out
Individually, yeah.
individually, and then if we wanna make any changes or something to that effect, we send them to Roberta, and she's gonna make the changes. Is that how that's gonna work? I think you should probably just have another meeting,
It's up to however.
Okay,
you know?
that's fine.
And
Move that then.
whether we have to do it remotely or whatever, so everyone doesn't have to come here, with whatever's easiest, I just, from my perspective, someone's gonna write it, you're gonna get it, we're all gonna make changes, and, I think we should probably do that. Thank you.
We just have to post the agenda 48 hours before the meeting, so we could post it like on a Monday and have the meeting on a Wednesday, and that way it's an official meeting, it's not an emergency meeting.
Yeah, I mean, I think, 15, 20 minutes, we get it, sent to us, any type of, that looks good, A, B, C, D, highlight what we're, the talking points, and then, once we all agree, sign off it, and, send it away to the Board of Health.
There it goes.
Okay, so who's writing it? Donna or, Buckley?
To be determined.
And look, I've taken on enough and I'm recusing.
No, you gotta stay out of it, Rachel, like you said. You gotta stay out of it.
Yeah.
Is the letter to the Board of Health?
Yes.
So, we'll have a separate meeting then, so there's no vote to be taken now.
Right.
Yes, there is. There's a vote to take I'll make a motion to write a letter to Board of Health regarding wind waste and the reasons why we don't approve of what they're doing, the redevelopment. That's my motion.
Second.
All in favor?
I vote yes.
Yes,
Yes.
Yes.
And who's writing the letter?
to be determined. Let's get the bullet points, let's get the bullet points right now done. We're gonna decide that. It'll be drafted, I'm not sure if it will get written by the next meeting, when we call it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to have time to do it, but if I'll know that by the end of this week.
So let's take the presumption that the meeting's gonna be on the 29th. Do we wanna put something on the calendar where everyone's busy and we put something on there so anyone that wants to participate can?
Say this
Yeah.
again?
Do we wanna schedule a meeting?
Right now, you mean for this, for this?
Yeah, I mean, it's the 14th, the meeting's gonna be on the 29th, so rather than, if we get it on the calendar now, you know, I think it'd be that much easier. That's just my take, if not, don't know,
You can, yeah.
schedule it.
What's a good night for everybody? Do we wanna just do it next Wednesday?
There is no good night.
I can't do next night, but
I have a
I
concert
don't know
next
if I can go.
Wednesday.
Okay.
Want to do that Thursday, the 22nd, does that work? Not good?
That's fine with me.
No? Alright. How about, we'll go the following week, we'll be cutting it pretty close. Do we wanna go to the 26th, that Monday?
I would say that's the latest we can go.
That's what you want.
I'm well, got conflicts on the 22nd and the 23rd, Donnie can't do the 21st. I mean, unless you wanna do the 20th and push it back a week,
That's a Tuesday.
yeah,
That's this coming Tuesday.
correct.
You don't have, oh yeah, we have time.
Fine with me, it's gonna be 15 minutes.
20th good?
could it be
Yep.
done virtually?
Yeah, we can do it virtually.
Can we do it virtually?
Yeah, I'll have to be virtual.
Okay.
So why don't we do it the 20th and 6:30,
6:30?
7, whatever works?
6:30?
6:30?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep, it's virtual too.
So I'll post an agenda,
Yep.
Yeah?
cause Monday's the holiday, so I gotta get it posted tomorrow.
Mhm.
Okay.
All right.
All right, very good. Next one, number 12, CPC activities update.
All right, that is me. So, we approved, I think I said at the last meeting, 8 articles. Since that time, select board has decided to have a special town meeting, and one of the articles that we were approving for the annual town meeting has been pushed out in the hopes that that can get approved. And so that would be, community center building, Railroad Depot. So that's gonna be for this year. And all the other articles, the other 8 articles, well, now it'll be 7, will be scheduled for next year at the annual town meeting. So,
How much is that CPC article for Bob for the train station, approximately?
I think it was 1 million, and now
Oh,
it's down to, let's see. I think it's. Estimated cost is $1,125,000.
and what's this for?
This is the historic exterior renovation of the community center. So that will be one of the articles that will be on the special town meeting, I believe, in March.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So just to go over them real quick, Reggie has a town records preservation that she's putting in for historical records. Cedar Hill's putting in for the first green renovation, that's $250,000. Stoughton Housing Authority is requesting 800, it was $1 million, it's down to 800,000. They'll be doing some new additional units for low-income housing. Dennis Athletic Complex renovation from the recreation, that's $650,000. The antique hand pump truck from Mr. McCrisky is $150,000. Already talked about the railroad, that's this year. Also a request for the Colts soccer fields rehabilitation, that is for $435,000. And then the last two, one is the Hebrew Senior supplemental funding for that project. It came in last year, and they're looking for additional funding of $500,000. And then the last one is 810 Washington Street, Stoughton Bank. He's doing some renovation, and some of it is historical, and he'll be looking for $190,000 to help with that project. So the total on that is $4,120,000. So that 7 of those articles will be going in front of the annual town meeting, and the Railroad Depot Community Center will be on the special. So that's the update as far as CPC is concerned.
Awesome.
Any questions?
Thank you.
Lot of money.
Yep.
A lot of money.
13, accounting firm update. Do we have an update?
Yes, she submitted a report, which is in the meeting packet, and I did tell her that, to include an invoice so that we could take a vote tonight, but I did email her, and I CC'd the chair, I believe, that payment would be contingent on us receiving a final bound copy, and also evidence that she has submitted my 1099 form, which has to be submitted by the end of January. So her invoice is in there for $850, so I'm asking for a vote tonight from the SRA to sign the check contingent on her turning over both documents.
Give me the goods. You wanna make that motion? So made.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Unanimous. Awesome.
Good luck, hopefully you get it much earlier this year.
Yeah. Vote to approve executive session minutes from 12/10/25. Tell me, those ones you showed me.
And
Yeah,
those
you
are the ones
signed
I
those,
can't
they
do.
were in the folder.
That's right, I saw them. I'm
Those
good.
You looked at them.
I'll make that motion.
Okay.
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Abstain.
Aye.
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 Awesome. Action item list. Is that a good one?
Should be the last page.
Mine can be taken off, right? That was for Perry Street, correct?
On mine, I don't have the list in front of me, but I did reach out to Paula Newt, she was on vacation, here it is. So I am gonna reach out to her again. I did start looking into some of the properties, and at a future meeting, once I do a little bit more research, I'd like to see if we, again, maybe take some of the proceeds that we got from the sale and actually redevelop a property. That's what we're, hence redevelopment.
Cool.
So I want to speak with Paula. I spoke with the assessor.
And that's also something we should talk to, I should mention that to Bartholomew about giving us advice, that we could actually use that to redevelop something.
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
great, thank you.
Yep.
Anybody else on the list? Anything? No?
I did the bare bones flyer and I'm gonna update the things, and then I will do BSC and look at the code of conduct and such,
Okay.
that's already in the files that done up.
Perfect, that's it. Great, any new business? Got nothing? Nothing? Okay, that concludes the agenda for this regular session meeting. Are we going into executive session?
I don't think we need to.
Okay, then I could entertain a motion, unless anybody has any other business they wanna bring up for discussion or anything, then I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I make the motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Bye.
We're adjourned.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Good night.
Thank you.
Night.